Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Dapper Dividends. I'm Russ, and we talk dividends on this channel. Sometimes we'll get into a little few other personal finance things, but today, Costco. Is Costco a good dividend growth investment to be invested in? Let's take a look at Costco. Costco Wholesale Corp, ticker symbol COST, is a $157.3 billion large cap company that currently operates 803 membership stores in the United States, Canada, Mexico, the UK, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Australia, Spain, Iceland, France, and China. What an international presence they do have, and they were founded in 1976 and are based in Issaquah, Washington. I wish I could visit Issaquah. Are you from Issaquah? Have you ever been to Issaquah? Let us know on the channel. We want to hear all about Issaquah. The 5-year return with dividends reinvested is 168.5%. That blows away the industry average of 96.9%. The current yield is only a itty bitty teeny tiny 0.79%, but they did pay a big fat special dividend of $10 per share on December 11th, 2020. Now, they did pay a special dividend of $7 in 2017 and $5 in 2015. So it looks like every couple of years you're going to get hit with a special dividend to make up for that little itty bitty teeny tiny yield they got going on. And the 10-year compound annual growth rate is 13.2% on that dividend. That is very, very healthy and robust. Looking at the earnings per share payout ratio is 28%, and it's expected to drop to 23% in 2024. And that's according to analysts. Now, I like to take it a step further. I like to see the dividend paid out of the free cash flow. So that's all you're doing is taking the dividends paid, dividing it by the free cash flow. That's your number. When I do that off of the numbers on Yahoo Finance, I get 18.94%. That is incredibly low. You want to look for something that's under 70%. That's kind of the industry benchmark, what everybody looks for. So 18.94%, that is incredibly safe payout ratio that Costco has going on. Now, it's not as low as Aflac, which you can check out my analysis of Aflac over here, but all in all, it's under 20%. So, I mean, that is as safe can be. The earnings per share 3-year compound annual growth rate is 14.1% and 10.9% for the 5-year. Revenue comes in, 3-year annualized growth rate is 8.9% and 7.5% for the 5-year. Those are both very healthy, both very steady and growing. Costco is just a beast. These numbers are not a surprise to me, although I hadn't dug into them before today, but man, that is just solid. And the 5-year cash flow growth is a very, very healthy 10%. They got all 3 boxes checked there for very healthy growth rate. The profit margin is steadily growing, which it is up 0.5 point from 2.0% in 2015. You like to see that going up and to the right. Very nice, very healthy. I love the interest coverage ratio. Interest coverage ratio lets you know if the company is able to pay the interest on the debt, because as I always say, all debt is not created equal. If you're taking on debt to grow and expand and you're bringing in excess of that debt, then that is good, healthy debt. And if you can pay the interest on that debt with no problem, you got something going on. So let's see what Costco has going on. 36.05%. That means they have $36.05 of operating income to pay every $1, easily pay every $1 of interest expense. The institutional ownership I like to look at. High institutional ownership is very indicative of healthy and growing companies. They have a 69.5% share of institutions that own them, and the general public holds 30.3%, and the insiders hold only just 0.2%, of which they have only sold shares in the past 12 months, as you see here on Simply Wall Street, which totals to 77,836 insider shares have been parted ways over the last 12 months. Simply Wall Street has a valuation of $458.35, And Yahoo has a valuation of $400.37. When I average the two together, I get $429.37, making Costco at these current prices about 17% undervalued according to analysts. So Costco did see sales jump about 17.9% to $13.64 billion in the 4 weeks ended January 31st. Now that is over the sales that were from a year ago, 17.9%. That's really good and healthy. Shoppers obviously were ordering more online due to the coronavirus pandemic. And the number that really popped out to me is that the comparable e-commerce sales were up 106% in the first month of the year compared to last. So what do I think of Costco? They have a strong balance sheet. They have a pretty wide moat from what I can tell. They have strong and consistent earnings, revenue, free cash flow, and a growing dividend. Now, it sounds like it checks all the boxes, but for me, it's just really hard to swallow that 0.79% yield. I know I like to preach safety over growth, and this is about as safe as you can get. But I also like to buy for cash flow. I'm buying for income, I'm buying cash flow, and I can do so much better with what I would pay for one share of Costco compared to what I could pay with others. I would easily take Johnson & Johnson and Procter & Gamble over a share of Costco. That's just my opinion. So I definitely wouldn't fault anybody for buying Costco. It literally is just like a bond proxy, kind of like Procter & Gamble. I just like Procter & Gamble a little bit better. Procter & Gamble is putting their products inside of the Costco. So yeah, if you wanted to invest in Costco, I certainly wouldn't fault anybody for investing in Costco. But for me, I'm not going to give it a thumbs down. I'm giving it a thumbs up. But for my personal situation and knowing myself and what my goals are and what I'm investing for, Costco just doesn't check the box for me personally. And if they come down in price, remember when stocks go down in price, that yield goes up. If we hit another healthy pullback or correction and they drop precipitously, I'm definitely going to be picking up shares of Costco. It's just not for me at these prices. I need at least 1.5% to get me thinking about them. So that's really it. That's Costco in a nutshell. Let me know what you think. Expertise comes from the community. Give me your opinion. What did I miss? What did I do wrong? What do you have to say? Follow me on Twitter at RustyRam78. I'm also on Instagram at Dapper Dividends. Check me out there. I have a podcast that I do. And lately I've been uploading the YouTube videos to the podcast because mi vida es loco. My life is crazy right now, so I'm having to do what I can do. And thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. I really enjoy it, and I really am humbled that you would choose to watch my video all the way to this point, to the end. So let me know if there's anything you want to talk about, and I will talk to you in the next video.